everything sports related. Breaking news, fantasy advice, score updates, weekly thoughts, and more. This is the Sports Juice Network.
What's going on, Sports Juice Network? What's going on, Juice Tribe? Back at it again with another video for you today. Like I said, I'm gonna start rolling these bad boys out again. It's still coronavirus season. You still gotta have the mask up when we're in public places. Okay, but for now we're in a public place. I'm in my truck. I got a good video for you today. I'm calling all my Dallas Cowboy fans. Dallas Cowboy fans, I know you haven't been overly happy. You haven't been overly joyed about what is currently going on with your team. Well, we're going to talk about it. I'm here to talk about Mr. Mike McCarthy, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, who was supposed to come in and turn things around for the Dallas Cowboys, get them to the playoffs, win a playoff game, and boom, the rest is history. Check this out. That didn't happen. It's not going to happen. It's nowhere near happening. First things first. Mike McCarthy, he's a good head coach. He really is. He's a good head coach. I like him. You got to remember, he was formerly with the Green Bay Packers. With Aaron Rodgers out there, who won a Super Bowl, which was here when they played the Arizona Cardinals. Okay. And now he comes over to the Dallas Cowboys after Jason Garrett and the Dallas Cowboys mutually agreed to part ways. And now Jason Garrett's with the New York Football Giants. Let's get into it. Mike McCarthy, like I said, he's a good coach. Questionable decisions, but good coach so far. All right. Now here's the thing about Mike McCarthy. I think the Cowboys would have been off to an okay start had not their star franchise quarterback. Well, he didn't really sign a franchise deal. He signed a franchise tag. But had not their franchise quarterback, Dak Prescott, broke that bone, and man, it was nasty. I remember looking at it. It was just nasty. I think if Dak Prescott wouldn't have dislocated his ankle very badly, I think they would have been okay. Here's the thing that's going on right now. So thing is, Cowboys sit 4-9 right now, nowhere near over 500. Okay, they're .308. All right, nowhere near over 500. Usually they go 8-8. They go, blah 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 blah. Man, they are struggling, and not only are the Cowboys struggling, the whole NFC East division is struggling. No one is over 500 in that division, and one of those teams are going to make the playoffs, which is scary to me. Because you're gonna have a team who's probably 8-8, 6 or 8-8, 7-9, somewhere along that line to make the playoffs and probably go on a huge run. And that so far is the Washington Redskins. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about potential new head coach. There have been reports going around that Mike McCarthy is probably not going to be with the Dallas Cowboys next year. I think that's all a lie. That's all speculation. That's all a lie. You can't fire the guy after 1 year when his franchise quarterback is out for the entire season. You just can't do it. It's not right. You didn't give him a chance to prove himself. Now, his coaching staff, on the other hand, there's probably going to be a change up in that. Mike Nolan, defensive coordinator, gotta go. He gotta go, all right? I don't know what he's doing with that defense, but man, that defense went from here to here. I mean, you got DeMarcus Lawrence playing a 9 technique, standing up with 2 feet, never rushed like that before in his life. You got, I mean, he's kind of playing like a Von Miller type, but he's not a Von Miller type player. He needs to have three hands, or a hand down in the dirt and getting ready to go. I think Mike Nolan is probably not going to be with the Cowboys next year. The reason being, he sucks, and Jerry Jones knows that, and Stephen Jones knows that, and we all know it is Jerry and Stephen Jones's team. I can hear Jerry Jones going somewhere along the lines of, well, listen, okay, we like Mike Nolan, all right, and he's been a coach in the NFL for several years. He's been a head coach. He's been a defensive coordinator. I just don't think he fits the Cowboy way, okay? Now, I talked to Mike McCarthy, I talked to my son Stephen, and I talked to Jerry Jones Jr., right? And we think the only way to move forward is to go ahead and part ways with Mike Nolan, right? We love Mike Nolan. We wish the best for him, but at this time, we just need to reevaluate and see where we are, okay? We got to pay Dak Prescott when he comes back, because right now Andy Dalton's not playing up to that ability. All right, now listen, like I said, Mike Nolan's a great coach, but not for us, and that's just the Cowboy way. That's how Jerry Jones talks. He always goes off topic. Could be because he's like 75, 78 years old. I don't really know. But yeah, Mike Nolan's probably not. The only reason why Mike Nolan really got this job is because back in the day, this is how coaches do it. You give me a job, I give you a job. You give him a job, I give you a job. It's all a big coaching connection. That's how Mike Nolan was able to secure the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator job, is because he hired Mike McCarthy and gave Mike McCarthy a start when he first became a coach in the NFL. It's just how it goes. As far as Mike McCarthy, I think he's finally now starting to realize that as much as he wants this to be his team, it's not going to be his team. It's Jerry Jones' team. Jerry Jones makes the final decisions of that team. And Mike McCarthy is just the guy who calls the plays. I mean, that's just the best way I can put it. Like I said, I don't think he's going to go anywhere because he's not a bad coach. He's not a bad coach at all. I mean, he's working with what he's got. I mean, they were down to their like third string quarterback when Andy Dalton suffered that concussion back in like week I can't remember exactly, but yeah, like I said, I don't think he's not going anywhere. I think his job is safe for this season. I'm not going to say next season, the season after that. I think his job is secured for this season and this season only. There have been several speculations. Oh, and just yesterday, Stevie Jones actually came on 105.3 The Fan. It's a big radio station out here in Dallas. I listen to it all the time. I love it. And then he said, I'm surprised someone would question these unprecedented situations that everybody's been in. He said, referencing to the pandemic, we have the utmost confidence this ship is going to be righting quickly. Mike's going to be the leader of this group. He's certainly a great head coach. I think we're going to see that going forward. He's accomplished a lot, and he's going to accomplish a lot more before it's all said and done. That just pretty much lets you know, like, hey, we don't know what's going to happen next year, but can we please stop talking about it? We're still dealing with our guys getting quarantined, coaches getting quarantined. We're still dealing with the virus, the new vaccine that's coming out that everybody's trying to try. We're not really worrying about who's going to be our head coach next year. We're worrying about if that's going to come back and be healthy, or do we have to go another direction and tank the ship so we can try to get Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, which is probably not going to happen because the Jets have been doing a great job at that. Okay, so all that to say, Mike McCarthy's job is safe. Cowboy fans, I know it's not what you wanted. All right, I understand that. It's not what you wanted. You know, every season for y'all, we're going to the Super Bowl. I respect that. I'm the same way with my team. But your head coach is there to stay. I mean, if you don't like him, you better get used to him because he's there. He's not going anywhere. And like I said, I'm not going to say he's done more than Jason Garrett, but he's a little bit more active on the sideline than the regular. Now, granted, you can't see what he's saying because half the time he has his mask over his face and he's just staring like this with his hat on. But you can see when he's getting angry because Mike turns red and he turns very red. But yeah, this has been another short episode of the Sports Juice Network, where we talk about sports. We have a great time. I'm going to keep pushing the content out. It's probably hard to see me because of where the sun's sitting right now. But yeah, I will catch you guys next episode. Thank you for tuning in. You.